This is me, Robin Samora, marketing and PR expert. We're here to talk about 7 recession-proof marketing strategies for 2023. Okay, introduction. I've worked with a lot of big companies, including Boston Globe and Xfinity and Comcast for over 23 years, Red Sox, etc. And I also work with small business owners, and they have been from all different types of companies and different size companies, different types of companies, different industries, and as well as partners and retail, a lot of service businesses, and different kinds of companies that want to expand their sales, visibility, and also grow their business in significant ways and get more PR. Consultants are another type of client that I work with. That could be lawyers, professional services. And the most important thing is that they all need marketing help. I know that I love marketing help. So if I love it, because I always love to learn. So the most important thing is that if you're here to learn a little bit about marketing and recession-proof marketing strategies, that you are in the right place. So there is a recession, a looming recession that is ahead. We say, yeah, please tighten your seatbelt because we don't know what's going to be happening. I mean, there's a lot of people that are being laid off in the tech industry at record numbers. We just have to look around and see what's going on in the economy. We have inflation, we have rising interest rates. Those are all signs of a looming recession. But most small business owners, they're really not sure of what's going to be happening. And the pandemic already weakened so many of our companies and reduced our savings because we were looking at our savings to see what, to make sure that we would fuel our growth during that pandemic time. So as long as you know how to strategically use your dollars, and that's what we're here to talk about today, and to find new leads and to bring a new business and earn repeat business, because it's much easier to earn repeat business than it is to find new clients. And I definitely don't want you to think about cutting out marketing, because no matter what is going on in the economy, we want to make sure that you keep marketing to keep your name out there, brand recognition, so that people know where to find you. But I'm going to suggest in this particular webinar, and also for ongoing work, that we think about low cost and no cost strategies. That's been my passion for over 20 years, and I truly believe in it. And it's proven to bring in a significant return. So let's look at consumer segments changing behavior. What does that mean? It means that consider your messaging to customers in everything that you do. This infographic is from Harvard Business Review, and it shows how people spend money in a stable market, in a mixed market, and in a declining market. So you know your target market, or you definitely should. So it's important to know, what do you think that they're thinking? Are they going to buy now? Are they going to wait? Are they going to definitely not buy because they don't need something? Do they slam on the brakes? Are they pained but patient? Are they well off, or do they just live for today? It's interesting to look at this kind of an infographic because it influences your marketing message. And that's really important because your messaging really defines who you are on many different levels and on many different platforms. So let's start with the 7 marketing strategies. I hope that everybody is able to hear me. And the first one is spend less, but spend smarter. Okay, the first step I recommend is to look at your data and evaluate the most effective marketing strategies and tactics and invest in them. So investment can mean time, it can mean money, or it could be resources like people. So if you're running ads, for example, on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, look at your data and make sure to see what's effective and focus on that. If it's not effective, don't do it. Reevaluate your spend. The same with certain networking groups or speaking opportunities. If they're leading to more business or more qualified leads, yes, absolutely. Let's keep it going. So focus your time on and energy on these opportunities and close the leads you already have. So in other words, spending more time in the sales funnel with highly qualified leads is typically more efficient and profitable. But with any sales, you have to make sure that you're qualifying your prospects the right way so that you're not wasting your time and you're spending your time where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. So where are you spending now, right? I mean, when money isn't tight, it really doesn't matter. You have an opportunity to try different options. But let's look at some of the ways that you could be spending money. Is it on social media? Or is it on the radio? Are you doing direct mail? Are you doing some advertising on demand on, say, cable television? Do you have a Google ad spend? Are you spending money on SEO? Oh, if you're doing a lot of different things that isn't a lot of different things that aren't necessarily in a comprehensive and well thought out marketing plan, you can be disjointed in your marketing. And that can really not give you your ROI that you're looking for. So make a list of where you're spending your money and look at your ROI from last year or really from the last few months. In a perfect world, you'd look at every marketing campaign that you do and track the results there. Is where you're spending your money and your time, is this where your target market hangs out? To find out more about what you're doing, your product or your service. Now, these again are only a partial list of how you might be spending your marketing dollars. And also you want to take a look at any kind of pay to play platform where you might be also spending those dollars. I suggest that you look at all the elements of your marketing plan. As you analyze your marketing spend, invest time to create that all important marketing plan. I talk about it a lot because it's a roadmap, it's a guideline to your business and where you are now and where you want to go. As you have your marketing plan, just make sure that you post it like in a Google Drive or in a folder where all of your team can see it. And that way you can create a system to track what gets done, who's doing it, and when they're doing it. So it's a roadmap. It's not set in stone in any way. It's really a guide to help you reach your goals, and you can follow it and take the guessing game out of it. So that's why I'm all into a marketing plan and creating them for my clients and people who want to grow their business in a way that's strategic, that's cost effective, so that they have a plan. They're not just throwing darts at a wall, because really that never really works. The second tip that we have is to reevaluate your target audience. So is your target audience reaching an audience that's ready to listen, or is it they just hearing a bunch of blah, 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 right? Because you haven't nurtured the seed or you haven't nurtured your audience. So take the time to review and give a critical look at who your best customer is and who your most profitable customer is. So refocus your efforts on really who is going to buy. Maybe you're targeting the wrong group. Maybe they're too big. Maybe trends have changed. Maybe they're too small. Maybe it could be trends have changed. You haven't caught up. If you have other people on your team, spend some time brainstorming together about it. Or if you're flying solo and you're doing everything by yourself, which I was for a long time. Thankfully, now I have an outsourced team that helps me. Take a day off. Take a day off and look at your numbers and where business is coming from. And if you work by yourself and you take that day off, a lockdown might absolutely be necessary. The third tip that I'm going to talk about is make your website more efficient. So what does that mean? You want to make your website count. You want to review the flow and navigation of your website and make sure that whatever that you're doing, that it looks right on desktop and mobile so that it's user friendly. So many of the email programs, for example, Constant Contact, I used to speak for Constant Contact on the road, but they have within their app, let's call it their app or their platform, you can test and see what something looks like on mobile and on desktop. And you should also find out, where do your customers look at your website from? Do they look at it by mobile device or by an iPad? Or is it by desktop? I know that for my customers, for the people that look at my website or that work with me or that have interest in working with me, they look at the desktop. Second, you want to test and retest your prompts on your website to simplify the buying process and to make sure people can reach you easily, that people can contact your website. That's important because you don't want to lose anybody that's taken the time to sign up or to reach out to you. And next is to create a freebie. Even if someone doesn't download it, you want to create a freebie to make sure that people know that you're an expert, and you want to change it up as well. So optimize it and change it up so that you're current. Just like you don't want to wear 1980s clothes, you don't want a freebie that's very old. You can change it as much as you like. I don't know, twice a year, 3 times a year, really depends on what you're doing with your business, but it's always a great idea. And with this freebie, you can collect email addresses as well. Chatbot is another thing. Now, I got a free chatbot, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago or so from HubSpot. I really liked it. You can do a paid version as well. And I don't miss anything because I happen to read email a lot, even though I might be working remotely or travel. I still read email as much as possible. And I'm able to follow up with someone who might be interested or have a question. And when you have your chatbot, you'll be able to, depending on the version, paid or not paid, you'll be able to say, when you're going to get back to someone. Just make sure that it's accurate, because people want to know the truth. It's a transparency in marketing. And while you're at it with your website, you want to improve your SEO by doing a content review. Use your most important keywords. You can find keywords or through folks on Fiverr, or if you have your own special SEO person or someone that's working on it, because your SEO will always be important, which is why I'm such a fan of blogging and making sure that all your keywords are working on your behalf, depending on what you're trying to promote at the time. When we talk about social media, I think about investing in it because, first of all, it is free, right? You do have to invest the time. As you're optimizing your website, though, don't forget about your social media as well. Of course, it takes time, it takes resources, but it also shows your brand personality, and you're also able to feature what you're doing, what your expertise are, who you are, and what you do. So when you're creating your content, make sure that it resonates with your current or your perfect ideal customer. So, and the content that you are sharing or writing, make sure it's not just what makes you happy. It's what your client wants. What's your perfect client or your ideal client might want to read. So how do you know? stay current in your industry and look at social media that your competitors are creating, and who are they engaging with, and what are they interested. So check out their engagement for starters. So social media is super important as we continue these recession-proof marketing strategies. Here's one of my favorites. Tip number 4, take advantage of everything free. I love free marketing. I love free publicity. I love free PR. And I've been studying it and doing it for a couple of decades, and I just love it. These links that I'll give you here when you're going to be getting your information from Christine is about 50 free business directories. You want to check that out. I also recommend that you take ownership and manage your Google business profile. It used to be called Google My Business, but I'm sure that you know that, again, it's another great free publicity tool. You can create and write your own FAQs. You can put your social media there. There are apps that you can load all your podcasts or social media on as well. We've already talked about the free online directories like Angie, used to be Angie's List. Creating organic social media, again, free. Yes, you can't do everything by yourself. You can start a business by yourself, but it's hard to grow it by yourself. But there are a lot of people that you can enlist to help you, whether it's an intern. I wrote an article last week in my top 20 blog about finding marketing interns, of whether you know someone that's good at it, and whether you do it a lot or a little. It's just important to have some kind of a professional presence, because no matter what you're going to be doing, like, for example, looking for free press, the media want to see that you're the real deal. Another idea is that you want to partner with local chambers and associations. If you're with the Greater Lynn Area Chamber of Commerce, you're already paying for the connections. So why not take advantage of it and go to the different networks, or to do webinars or speaking opportunities? So use everything that is available for you. And also we can talk about chat. We'll talk about AI tools like ChatGPT in a minute, and how they can create content. What I just mostly want to say, and I've said it earlier in this webinar, is that you can work on getting the biggest bang for the buck from sharing things online, snagging content from blogs and podcasts, and repurposing everything. Remember, what we want to do is make sure that we are maximizing our online presence and sharing our expertise, because it's an online world. Everybody, and unless you're a dinosaur hiding under a rock, definitely people are looking online to check you out and to check out your reviews. So let's check out, I'm sure that you guys have heard about ChatGPT. Well, pretty much, I think that it revolutionizes writing and blogging and more. There have been, like, I don't know, 25,000 blogs that have been written about ChatGPT in the last, say, 6 weeks or so. And today on my blog, I wrote an article also about ChatGPT. It should be out right now. And how it can help in your marketing. And I'm totally transparent with it. And I will be here with you to show how it works, and so that you can see the benefits. If you're a copywriter, I wouldn't be so nervous about it. I would just know that it gives you a lot of ideas, and it organizes your thoughts, and it spits out information really fast. So let's take a look at that in the next slide that we have here. So when I signed up for ChatGPT through OpenAI, and there might be a waiting list, you've maybe already checked it out, I'm not sure, but I tried it maybe a couple of weeks ago. And actually, I stayed up really late at night punching all different kinds of questions in it. But this was the question that I asked. Write a 2,500 word blog on how marketers can use AI tools like ChatGPT. This is exactly what I wrote. And this is exactly what it spit out. Only it spit out way more. It gave me way more information. But it told me what AI was, that it's an essential tool. It talks about advantages, and it gives you high quality content and scale. It talks about training the model on a specific topic or industry. I haven't really gotten into that too much. It talks about A/B personalization, meaning that you can test one copy versus another copy. And I know also, as you can see in my blog, if you check it out later at robinsamora.com, that it's in like a number of different languages. So it's pretty amazing. But the thing that I didn't really realize, and I want to show you here, is that ChatGPT writes social media posts as well. So I took that, I took the information that was on the previous screen and I plugged it into the search bar of ChatGPT, and I said, okay, write me like say 5 social media posts. So I put it in, I clicked the button, and boom, ba 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 boom, I got 5 different social media posts, including different hashtags. And we know why hashtags are important. Of course, you want to do that in any kind of recession-proof or otherwise marketing marketing strategies. And what I liked about it is it gives you a baseline. It doesn't mean that this is the end all for you, because you want to give everything that AI would write. You want to get your personal touch and show your brand personality. But I thought I would show this to you because I'd actually love to give a webinar on it, once I really understand it even more. It's just absolutely amazing how it can save time. But again, you have to humanize everything. So when I took this same information from my blog this week, I took about an hour to humanize it, or what I call Robinize it, so that it had good information, but it was also in my tone. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about is AI can help with your social media. And it's a great way, of course, to stay in front of customers and potential clients. But you want to make sure that you're using the right platform. So don't jump on TikTok just because it's the next hot thing. If your target market is there, fine, try engaging there. But maybe if you're a B2B company like me, that LinkedIn will be better for you. So social media can help, of course, in all different ways to help you meet your goals, but you've got to be smart with your time and you've got to be clear on your goals. So if you want to increase your name recognition or brand awareness, or build an email list, or convert lookers into buyers, or communicate with customers and prospects about what you're doing, yes, definitely consider social media. You don't have to be on every platform every minute of every day. Choose 2, be really good at it. Choose 3 if you have someone other than yourself that's doing it, because the thing is that you'll grow to resent your business if you're going to be too busy doing everything. So do what's most important, and do what's most important, especially as a looming recession might be near. Another thing that I like about free is these free publicity and PR skills. You can learn it. It's not hard to do. Yes, I have been doing it for a long time, but there are grants that are available to learn PR skills and to build what you want to do with your PR, depending, of course, on what you want to do. Like, do you want to gain earned media mention? Do you want to make sure that you're that people know about your blog? Are you introducing a new product or service? There's sites like Press Farm that are really amazing that will help you. What I do, I have a different grant program where I teach now advanced PR skills. But what's important is, besides that, we can take our expertise, what you know right now, and you can repurpose it, and you can host webinars, and you can take your blogs or your articles, and you can upload them to the LinkedIn Pulse platform. That's where that's not just like a post, it's actually articles where you can write a little, where you can change your headline up if you like, and then write a little an author box at the bottom on how to get in touch with you. Of course, you can be a guest on a podcast or learn to market your own podcast better, learn how to pitch the media and build a buzz, or you can get on local TV. Last week, I got a late night text from my client Bar Group, and she got on TV, local TV, NBC. She is in the grant program that I'm a part of, and I was just so happy for her, and she was thrilled to death too. So definitely another way to maximize your marketing in a recession is to learn these free publicity and PR skills. Again, another one here. Pick up the phone. You pay for your phone anyway. One of my favorite mentors told me, Robin, the phone doesn't bite. Oh, I knew it didn't bite, but I just hated to pick up the phone. So what's interesting is that I think that it's a great way to get in touch with your customer list, to stay in touch with the B2B industry. Or if you need clients sooner than later, pick up the phone. Don't be afraid of it. I've actually taken a 6 months sales training as part of the Express Grant program, and it has amazing for me. So whatever you're going to do, just be organized. When you pick up the phone and you make sales, make sure that you have some kind of a simple CRM, whether you pay for it or you just use an Excel spreadsheet, and also that everything is working together. So your social media, or if you have a referral marketing, make sure that it all works together and always offer value. Some reports say that, it's like it costs 6 or 7 times more to get a new customer versus having the customer that you already have. And satisfied customers will always become repeat customers, and they also refer business if they like you and if you're doing a great job. So either way, pick up the phone. It doesn't bite. It's great for you to not only it's another channel for you to reach your prospect. Next up is number 5. Tip number 5 is give some I don't know how that happened there. Number 5 is give some TLC to your email list. So an average ROI might be $40 for every dollar spent. So for example, last week, I wrote an email that said 10 places to search for your next marketing intern. But I also have this as on my blog, and I have it in my blog. So there's different ways that you can reach out to your email list. Ideas for emails? Yeah, sure. Here's a bunch of them. Newsletters and birthdays and thank yous and special offers and, service reminders or FAQs. The important thing is that you just have to establish a balance between sending too many emails while staying in touch with your customers and sending just the right amount so you don't annoy them. Now, it's not your responsibility to drop out. If people dump you on their email list, that's totally fine. They're not right for you anyway. But think about emails as a way that you can stay in touch with your customers, tell them what you're doing, offer value all the time. And it really just comes down to building a relationship with your email list. Are they a bunch of strangers, or do they know who you are and what you have to offer? And again, think about that ROI. You have to, though, think about nurturing your list, staying in touch with them, but you don't have to be in touch with them all the time. Email marketing is certainly not dead. Press releases are certainly not dead. Another thing is you could send postcards instead of emails, or you can send lumpy mail. Lumpy mail is when you send people a package that might be to your top prospects. So that's about emails. And again, if you have any kinds of questions, please let me know at the end of this webinar. Tip number 6 is to improve your referral and partnership programs. Why would you do your marketing all alone? It is so exhausting. And if you're doing it right, you'll have more than just customers. What you'll have is you'll have fans, or maybe even lifetime customers. And you should think about it's one of the questions we asked in our marketing plans is, what is the lifetime value of your customer? Your customers will become your friends. They'll tell their friends, they'll tell people that they know. And so if you don't have a referral program, my thought to you is to create one. And if you have one already, just rethink it. Is it right? Is it right for the time? Is it right for what's going on in your business? And are those marketing partners that you have, those referral partners, the right one? You know, a while back, I was in BNI as a director. It wasn't working for me. Things have changed. But whoever your inner circle might be, or your referral partners, you want to think about that and think about coming up with a program and sharing it with them and giving them the tools that they need. Now, as far as referral partners, they can also be influencers, right? An influencer doesn't have to be just 22 years old. Micro influencers can be very powerful, and they can be of all different ages. They can be people that you respect, or people that you look up, that you look up to, or someone that perhaps is leading an organization or an association, sort of like the Lynn Chamber of Commerce. Let's look at Colin. He is an absolute influencer in his target area. You don't have to pay one of these micro influencers to say something good about you. They're going to already say good things about you because they admire you, they like what you're doing, you're the real deal, you're sincere, and you're transparent. Now, if you decide that you want to pay to play, that's another thing. You want to do that, that's fine. There's a lot of different tools that are available online. Plus, my suggestion is that you definitely look and make sure that you review what the influencer is going to give you, so that you feel that you're getting a fair shake and that you each know what the other is doing. It's really important in any kind of agreement to have like a statement of work or a contract that you both review and make sure that the influencer, that their community, that their audience is really on target with what you want to, with what your brand represents and their messaging. You want to make sure that the values are all the same. The next thing slide number 7, recession-proof marketing strategies. Take advantage of this free money. There's so much free money that is available. I'm part of this Massachusetts Express Grants program, and companies with W-2 employees can work with me for free, basically as long as they're eligible. And every eligible company has $30,000 of training that they're eligible for every calendar year. It's probably the best secret in town. It's an amazing program. And I love it because it just works. And I've taken a lot of different types of courses. I started with taking Spanish when I got a 50% reimbursement. I've taken sales training. I've taken all different kinds of training. And I plan to as well this year. Because it's for myself and for my team. You're allowed $3,000 per person, but depending on the number of employees you have and the program, then you're able to get up to 100% reimbursement. If anyone on the call here on the webinar has over 101 employees, you're eligible for 50%. But for all of my clients so far, everybody has gotten 100% reimbursement because they have less than 101 people on their payroll. And what's funny, well, not funny, but the fact is that your unemployment payroll taxes pay for this for this Express Grants program. It's just absolutely amazing. Now, another thing is that Lynn, Peabody, Salem, and all of these towns here and cities are gateway cities. So what does that mean? Well, it means that they are eligible for even more funding, and different kinds of grant programs in Massachusetts will give entrepreneurs who apply and who are eligible certain preferences. So I call it a Gateway Cities Advantage. Now, there's a program, Power Digital grant program, and I am a marketing partner with them. And what's interesting now, it has paused for a couple of weeks. So if you have questions about it, please get in touch and we can talk about it. But you can have digital marketing and marketing plans. It's a $5,000 grant. I just highlighted the areas that are in the Lynn and Peabody and Salem area. I got a grant myself. I live in Haverhill. Haverhill is also a gateway city. Again, there's all this free money, recession or no recession. I really don't care, because this money is available. So take advantage of it. I also have a database of all different kinds of grants for diversity businesses, women owners, LGBTQ. I mean, all different kinds of audiences, veterans. You can't even believe the grants that are available. And that's one of the really biggest takeaways as well from this recession-proof marketing webinar is let's take advantage of what's free. Let's be careful with our dollars. Let's think about where we're spending our time. Let's be careful about thinking about where we want to spend our money. So how can a grant help your business? Well, you can set up some time, ask me how I use grants to grow my business. This link will take you to my calendar. So for example, you can create a marketing plan and get reimbursed 100% if your business qualifies. You can train W-2 employees and yourself to grow your business and increase sales and visibility. You can learn new social media and marketing skills to outshine the competition, improve sales and strategies. Honestly, the training I took was fantastic. I can't tell you how much of increased sales on my business just by this training. And then there's PR training. I have a new advanced course that is in the grant program that will save you $4,000 a month on hiring a publicist. So please think about grants to grow your business and think about these other strategies as well. Lastly, you want to optimize and optimize and optimize. Let go of what isn't working. Sometimes, I mean, I will probably be one of the biggest people that, it's hard for me to let go, but I do. I let go because there's too many good things and too many opportunities that are working. So let go of what isn't working and optimize. Optimize meaning doing some A/B testing and go for what is working, and don't be afraid to try something new, but just don't put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. Do what's tried and true and what's working, and experiment some. It's not like you might right now with the recession, you want to be careful with your dollars. So don't do a lot of spending on things that are experimental. Some things, yes, but concentrate on what's working, and that is super important. And again, we want to measure and we want to tweak, and then we want to repeat. In the end, you have to measure what you're doing, or you could be throwing dollars away. We don't want to do that in a recession, or basically any time with our marketing budget. And that marketing budget can also mean time and resources for other people. So you want to have a solid marketing plan, you want to implement it, you want to track it, and you want to be nimble. One of the things, the advantages of a small business is that you can be nimble, you can change on a dime, and you can change things up quickly. So think about your marketing plan, whatever you're going to be doing, as a living and breathing document that will lead you to success, and make sure that your marketing activities are targeted, that they have purpose, and that you are working, that you have intention with your marketing program, that you know what you want to do, and that you're doing your program with intention. So really, that's it. Those are my 7 marketing strategies for a recession. I really appreciate you attending. Let me know if I can help you. Book a call. Here's my calendar. If I can help give you some ideas about small business grants, or help you with your marketing plan and help you get it paid for by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in any of those 2 different grants that I talked about, the Express Grant Program or the Empower Digital Grant Program. I will say my one-liner that I came up with late last night is that grants are a recession buster, so take advantage. I want to thank the Lynn Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Lynn Area Chamber of Commerce, Christine and Colin and team. And please let me know if anybody has any questions, and I'm here, or you can email me. Oh, and if anybody is interested in more data on ChatGPT, let me know. Just email me at robin@robinsamora.com, or book time in my calendar. I have some new studies on it and ways not to be afraid of it if you're a marketer, but ways that you can have it work for you, with you, and to benefit and to save time in your marketing. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Robin. This is recorded, and we will be sending the recording to everyone either later today or tomorrow morning. I just need to kind of edit it and
Thank you.
upload it and then send it out to everybody. And then Robin will also follow up with her PowerPoint if anyone wants that as well. We do have a few questions. So the first one is, do you have suggestions on best software or calendars for yearly marketing strategy and planning?
So what I do is I have it written out, and it lives on a Google Drive for me and my team. I do it. I know that there are different calendars, that you can use. I've seen a few of them, but we do it just on our Google document, and we have our action plan also there. And the team is able to update it, and everybody can work from one. So I don't know any one particular one that works best, but I'm sure that we can look online, and I'm sure that there's a lot to choose from. For me, when I write a customized marketing plan, it's a document first. That's very comprehensive. And then we have an action plan on what to do every day, every week, every month, every quarter, one time only, et cetera, things like that.
What's the best way to evaluate your marketing data as far as social media advertising?
Okay, well, the one thing that I would do is look at how much you're spending, look at look at how much you're spending, and look at what you're getting for an ROI on each different platform. So you want to make sure that you're tracking your results. And if you're spending too much and not getting the return, there could be a couple of things wrong. You're not advertising on the right platform, your messaging is off, it could be that your approach isn't right. There are a lot of different ways. I always think that ad dollars are certainly important. I tend to focus on building a foundation of free and low-cost marketing strategies, but I think it should also be in a mix. So I'd take anything that you do, anything at all, and look at the ROI on it. And if it's not working, tweak it a couple times. If it's not working, then maybe you want to look somewhere else, or maybe it's the messaging.
2 more questions. Do you think customers find chatbots more helpful or annoying if they pop up every time they visit your website?
That's a great question. I recently put a chatbot on my website when I redid some work on robinsamora.com. So I don't think it has to be annoying. I think it can show up once.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if it's on every page, and I think pop-ups can be way more annoying, and
Right.
then there's different ways to do that. So I like a chatbot because I also move around a lot and I work from different areas. So for me, it's just another way to generate leads without being too intrusive and in somebody's face. I also, for me, and for a lot of other business owners, I have a lot of different ways to get that people can get in touch with me. So they can go to my calendar. I have contact information all over. So if they can close out of the chat box, it shows up, I think once maybe a pop-up might show up to get a freebie that I have. But I think I want to be sensitive about
Right. You don't want to drive people away
the
from your
website.
site. Right. And then the last question is, how do you figure out where your customers are viewing your website? Like you mentioned, figuring out if they're viewing it on a desktop, a phone, an iPad. How do you figure that out?
I have actually my SEO people figure that out, and they just tell me most of my customers are coming from my desktop. I think that Google Analytics does. I'm not like a real expert on it. I think that Phil Naylor, you probably know the answer to that question. You're there right now. I haven't seen you in a long time. But there are certainly ways that you can do it. I don't know. Google's my best friend. So now chat GPT might be my second best friend, just for now anyway. But honestly, check out my blog that I wrote about it. I really spent about an hour personalizing it, but it's just pretty interesting in general. And marketing AI tools are definitely going to revolutionize writing and different things. But we still need humans, because
Yeah.
humans have heart, humans have feelings, humans massage words and ads. And so if you're a marketer or a copywriter, don't be afraid. Let's just use it to the best advantage. There's all kinds of things that tools to help us in our work and to make a difference too. So my job is to make a difference for small business owners by providing expert marketing help, writing plans, and plans that are basically paid for by the government. So what's to lose? There's no risk, no cost to apply. So
Right.
any other questions that you have, Miss Christine, for me?
Does anyone want to unmute themselves and ask a question, or anyone have a comment? There's no more in the chat. All right, I will take that as everyone got their answers. And like I said, we will follow up with an email. So if anyone thinks of any questions, I'll CC Robin so that you have her contact information, so you can always reach out to her directly. Thank you so much again, Robin, and thank you to everyone who was on the call today. And we will see you all shortly.
Thank you again, Christine, and thank you everyone for attending. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.